Hi guys, it's me Joy, and today I finally have a One Book July update. Yes! And here it is. So let's jump right into the flip through. So here's the front, and I just realized that I forgot to glue it. Oops! I got this image of Mount Fuji from Geralyn Sy, who is in a creative bubble. She has a digital shop, and I'll link it down below. For the rising sun, I used this Distress Stain by Tim Holtz, and all I did was boop, bam, rising sun. So my front page is a little busy, I know. I bought some stickers while I was there of sumo wrestlers. I don't know, I thought that they were so cute and chubby. So I decided to add a sumo wrestler in every spread. So keep a lookout for these guys. Here I wanted to use this Sakuralala stamp where this little girl's blowing a bubble, and I wanted it to connect to this image that I got from a Traveler's Company sticker sheet. Ta-da! So I had a weird idea about making a full page of a picture I took. In this case, it was a view from my seat on the plane. And to add a quote with an Oji-san guy. I kind of play with this formatting throughout the book. It's weird, but yet it's funny. So when you flip this tab, I was trying to play around with the format, and I decided I wanted my titles to look like this. I got inspiration from Ronnie Cakes on Instagram. I'll link her down below, and she does this thing where she uses a distress stain with just a simple swipe, and she uses alphabet stamps for titles. I thought that was a great idea to add that pop of color as well as make a heading. So I decided to use that idea throughout the journal. So here I talk about how I'm really excited that our honeymoon finally has arrived, and that Dawn got some free massages on some broken chairs, and that we got serenaded by Hawaiian Airlines before our flight. They did like a chant. I don't know what they were saying because they were kind of far away, but I did get it on video. Roll the tape! On this side is just my boarding pass, and when you flip it back, these are just a series of pictures of Don on the broken massage chair, and he was just loving life. So on this side, here's a picture of a restaurant that we ate at before our flight, and we were really hungry, so we had some clam chowder. Here's our plane. Here's the sumo guy on this page. Oh, did you catch the sumo guy on this page? He's right here. This was a piece of our snack bag on the plane, and I just tore a piece of it. This was our swag bag, and they gave a lot. I was impressed. I wanted to include this boarding pass card from the Traveler's Factory. So when you flip it over, there's a picture of the sun setting from my seat. And then I list out movies I watched on the plane. So we finally arrived at Haneda Airport, and one of the first things we did was pick up our pocket Wi-Fi, and then we went to exchange money at the currency exchange, and then we went to bed. I bought a muk, which is a book and a magazine. So a muk, and I didn't know what to really do with it because it's just basically a magazine full of cute things. So I decided to cut it up. In this one, I really like this panda that is saying "Oishi," which means so delicious. And he's using chocolate toothpaste, and then he ends up eating the toothpaste, which is super cute. You gotta admit. When you flip this up, all I have is the envelope where our room key came in. We stayed at the Haneda Tokyo Royal Park Hotel, and that's Don in the provided pajamas and the sign of the hotel, and there's us, our reflections, that is. And that hotel was so tiny. So the next morning, after a good night's sleep, we went to the Takubin service, and their symbol is like a cat with a cat in his mouth. That's where we dropped off our luggage to have it forwarded to our next hotel so that we wouldn't have to carry all of the stuff on the Shinkansen or the bullet train. So after doing that, we went to go get some coffee and breakfast. And oddly enough, I had minestrone soup. I don't know why, it just looked good. And I like to highlight these sugar syrup things because as a lover of iced coffee, I hate using the granulated sugar, the, crystally sugar. The sugar syrup just dissolves way better. So after breakfast, we went to the JR ticket offices so we could get our Japan Rail Pass. You order these online before your trip, and it looks like this. You get it in the mail and then you bring it with you to Japan. Make sure that the name is the exact name on your passport. And then on the back it shows like where you can exchange these things. And when you give this to them, they'll give you this, which is your rail pass. And it has like a map and this thing, and your name will be up here, but I covered my name. And every time you use it, it'll stamp. And there's a sumo guy. And then here's Ojipan. And he looked like a train conductor guy, so I decided to add him in from that mock. Sounds like I'm saying a racial slur. Here I just took a picture of this really cute Hello Kitty display. Here Don is waiting for the bullet train at the Shinagawa station. And here is Alfred waiting for our bullet train. We got the green pass, so we got to sit in the green cars. Ooh! So here are our tickets, and here is the bullet train. Ooh! And more pictures at the train station. Man, I just took too much pictures, I swear. Then on our way to our first destination, which was Shinosaka, we passed by Fujisan, or Mount Fuji. We wanted to see Mount Fuji up close, but we didn't have any room in our itinerary to do it. But we'll go next time. When we got to Shinosaka Station, which is a huge station, we picked up some lunch to eat on the train from this place called Drip X Cafe, and we got a pork cutlet sandwich or a tonkatsu curry sandwich, and it was delicious. Here are more things from the mock. It's just like a Sumiko Gurashi like character kind of profile, and I thought it was super cute. So from Shinosaka, we traveled to Hiroshima, and the whole trip from Tokyo to Hiroshima took about around 5 to 6 hours. So it was a pretty long traveling day. So we got to our hotel, which was Sheraton Hiroshima, and it's right next to the train station, which was great. And it was the best hotel of our stay there. As you can see, the tradition continues with Don wearing pajamas provided by the hotel. He said this one was the most comfortable. So while we were at Hiroshima, we went to a convenience store, which is everywhere. On our way there, we saw this. It's a construction barrier. I have never seen a cute construction barrier ever. So when you flip it, I just talk about how I love that Japan has regional items. So for example, here we could buy things with maple leaf cakes and deer. So after resting for a bit, we were ready to hit the town. Half our honeymoon was spent exploring cities, and then the other half was just straightforward itinerary, tour-driven kind of stuff. But today was an explore day, so I only had one destination in mind, and that was Loft and Tokyo Hands. So we took a walk toward the direction of what Google Maps was telling us, and it brought us to a weird place. Japan has like really pretty manhole covers or sewer covers. This one was my favorite one. It's a design with paper cranes. So we didn't find Loft, but we stumbled across Tokyo Hands trying to find it, which I was really happy about. And I am not sure what I was doing with this page, but I was just, look at all the stationery. And let's throw up the stationery on the other side of the page. I just really wanted to use this Tokyo Hands bag, and I really wanted to use this washi tape, and I really wanted to paste this dog somewhere, and I really wanted to use this sumo sticker. So boom, that happened. My ode to stationery things. So after spending I don't even know. I don't even know how many stores I went to. I love my husband so much that he actually put up with it and patiently waited for me to like browse around and never rushed me at all. That was like the best honeymoon gift ever. After we browsed Tokihan's, we went to have dinner and we were so hungry that we were like, I want to eat whatever we see next. What we saw next was this Italian place. I wrote our orders here. And this is my plate. And this is the front of the restaurant. I had a basil pasta. So the next day, we went to Mr. Donut. Yay! I love Mr. Donut. Here is my love letter to Mr. Donut. And this is our receipt. This is what I had, which was a strawberry mochi pon de ring donut. And it's like really bouncy and fluffy. I don't know, I can't describe the texture. It's different than other donuts. But it was so good. I wish I went back one more time. Mr. Donut, you're so cool. After Mr. Donut, we took the train to the Miyajima Gucci station. And from there, we used our handy dandy rail passes to take the ferry to Miyajima Island. This is a postcard I got from there. So when you get there, you're greeted with a lot of deer. So here I write about how when you take the ferry, you should try to go outside because it's just nicer than the inside of the ferry. It's kind of stuffy in there, especially during the time we went, which was in May. I got this washi tape there, which is a deer eating crackers. And then this guy, and the cute baby, by the way, I put here, don't believe his lies. Which I'm telling the baby that. Because this deer looks so innocent, but he actually tried to steal food from my purse. I have it on video. I can prove it. But as you can see, they just roam around everywhere and they're really friendly. They don't like attack you or anything. But they will try to steal food from you. On this side, I have a picture of my very first coup drink. I follow this lady's blog. Her name is Marceline Smith. And I'll link her down below. Her website is Asking for Trouble. And she like really helped me plan my Japan trip. She has like a lot of guides about it. She always drinks this thing. And I was like, I want to try it. And I got the apple flavor. And it was pretty good. Another full page spread, and then this time it's this guy, and he says, better to see something once than to hear about it 1,000 times. Ain't that the truth? The reason why I wanted to go to Miyajima Island is because I used to watch this anime called Marmalade Boy. And I was obsessed with it. There was an episode where they go to Miyajima. And ever since then, I'm like, I need to go there. I really do. Here I put this ribbon attached with a tiny attacher. And you can pull it and open the map. And it's just the map of the whole area that we went to. We came in from this way and we went under the gate and we looked at this gate and then we went around here and then went around here and went around the whole thing and then went back out and went to see this pagoda thing. And if you didn't catch it, there's a sumo. Oh, hello! So me and my husband have this bear and his name is Alfred. You see him in a lot of pictures. You see him in a lot of videos too. What you may not know unless you follow my husband on Instagram is he takes these pictures of Alfred in funny poses and he captions them. So here he is taking a picture of Alfred and it's like behind the scenes of Alfred's photo shoot. And on this side is the actual picture that he took. And he captioned it with, look, it's a Diru! And here I wrote that Alfred was like the hit of Japan. Every time we brought him out to take a picture of him, all these ladies would crowd around him and be like, kawaii! Kawaii! This is one of my favorite sumo sticker placements and it's of him pushing the rowboat because you can take like a rowboat to go to the floating torii gate, which I'll show you in a second. This is how it looks like. And then we saw our first gashapons, which is, you know, those toy machines that have those ball things that you open and then there's a toy inside, but these are kind of graphic-y. Or maybe me and my husband just have dirty minds, but this one is a mushroom one that like has legs and it looked very phallic shaped, so I put phallic shaped gashapon. There were more that we found and I did take some pictures of them, so stay tuned for the tales of the gashapon. More pictures of Alfred. This is him next to the torii gate. And then this is him with one of the specialties in this region, which is rice paddles. Then we went to the Kashima Shrine. And here's our ticket to go in. Here I write about how the shrine is cool because like when it's high tide, it looks like it's floating on the water. And then when it's low tide, you can actually walk to this gate. So that was fun. This is an interesting spread. So I wanted to incorporate all of our pictures together that we took at Miyajima on one spread. I did the trick again with the ribbon. And this is one of my favorite parts. There's the sumo right here and it looks like he's just peeking from behind, but when you open this side, he's on the pagoda. So cool. So when you open it, ta-da! When I first showed this to Don, he thought I drew this. I was like, I am not that talented. This is actually a coloring book page. One of my friends, Nadine, she gave me this book a while ago, but I never really colored in it. I colored just this page and I didn't even finish it, as you can see. I am not a colorist. I found that out quick. But I didn't want to waste this book because there are really like pretty images in here. So I decided to use it in this book because then I'll still enjoy it. And I did add a pop of color there. So I just tore it out of the book and cut it in half. And I didn't want to put it too close to the edge because when you fold it, it might bend. And here I wrote the story of why we chose Japan as our honeymoon destination. Our original choice was supposed to be Ireland, but we did not have enough money to go. Like our budget did not allow us to go to Ireland. So after the shrine, we went through this market. This is such a cute postcard, by the way. It's of their specialty, their maple cake. It's called Momiji Manju. And these are just all the different flavors. And it like says the flavor on the bottom. Like for example, I think this is raisin. It's like raisin. So I think that one is raisin. And it has like raisins in his mouth. So I'm assuming that I'm correct. Chizu, that's what Don got. I got custard and chocolate. So when you open it, there's the cake that I ate on the ferry. And here's the market. Here's a sumo eating the cake. Just kidding. He's eating a cookie, I think. But we'll just pretend he's eating the cake. Aren't these postcards cute? Man, I so wish that I bought more. There's a story here called The Mystery of the Meat Stick. Don was really hungry and we saw this vendor selling like food on a stick. And he saw one with bacon on it and there was like a white stick thing inside. So he assumed that the white part was mozzarella. So he thought it was like a bacon wrapped mozzarella stick. So he bought it, he ate it, and he was wrong. He made me taste it and it tasted like kamaboku, which is like a fish cake kind of thing. It wasn't bad, it was just, what was it? After we walked around there for a while, we took the ferry back to Hiroshima and went to the memorials. This is the Genbaku Dome or the A-bomb dome, which is like one of the only, I think there's two, but this is one of the only buildings left standing from the Hiroshima bombing. And this was the Children's Peace Memorial. So when I was planning this trip, I asked my husband for input of what he wanted to do in Japan. And he only had one request, and that was to go here, which is the Hiroshima Peace Memorial. He's a veteran and he loves history. He loves learning about World War II. Like one of our favorite shows to watch together and kinds of movies we watch together are based on World War II. Hiroshima is a big part of World War II, so we really wanted to come. And this experience was very meaningful and I think very important. It really shows the horrifying effects of this kind of attack. And it's crazy because if we were to go to Hiroshima 1 week later than what we originally planned, we wouldn't be able to go because Obama's historical trip was the week right after us, and they closed this whole place down. This is one of the most crazy visualizations of how bad it was, because this orange ball is the bomb, and right underneath it is that A-bomb dome. So when the blast hit, it like saved that building, but everything else around it in this circle completely gone, completely floored Hiroshima. Here are these stamp stations that I completely forgot about until we got here, and I so regretted not getting a Miyajima stamp. They're kind of hard to find in some places. And underneath, I just wrote more journaling. And here's our ticket stub to the museum. Then to our luck, right across the street from the memorial, we see loft. On the front of the building, it clearly says loft and it has a floor number. So we assumed that, okay, that's the floor that loft is on. We go and it's not there. And we were confused because it obviously said it. So we asked the security guard and he was like, loft? Oh, okay. And then like we follow him and he brings us through a maze of escalators going like in a department store, and then down the escalator, and then up and then down and then side and then left and then right. But it was like a maze, and it was like it was in another dimension. So I wrote that this loft was in another dimension. Here are some pictures that I took there. Washi tape, this cute Gudetama mask, and dog food. Yeah, that's dog food, but it looks like human food. Then on this side, more pictures from the muk of Gudetama because he's so cool. And of a bunny, a mochi bunny eating chips, I think. After our adventures of the day, we went to our convenience store. It became like this tradition where we're trying like all the different kinds of snacks, alcohol, drinks, ice cream, and just like regular convenience store food because one, it's cheap, and two, it's good. It's good stuff. But today, this was my choice, and it was the crispy sandwich. I use another page from that coloring book. So that wraps it up. I hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for more updates. We are on our way to Tokyo, Japan. But we came a little too early.
Way too.
Way too early.
Everything's closed. You want to do that, alright?
No. Whoa, another bird. Here's our room, and in order to turn on the light, you gotta put a card in this thing and the lights will turn on. And our room is really messy because, you know, we slept in it and stuff. But they gave pajama and of course obligatory toilet shot, Japanese toilet shot. And Don used the spray thing and he said it was nice. Station in Tokyo, waiting for the bullet train. There's one right there. So, let's go.
What you got?
So the plan for today is we are going to keep it a low-key day because we've been traveling all day, like 5 hours on the train or more. So we're gonna go to my two favorite stores in Japan, which is Tokyo Hands and Loft. Then find something for dinner, then come back and sleep. Good morning. It is day 2, kind of. And we are in Hiroshima, and last night I didn't really vlog because I was too distracted with trying to find Tokyo Hands and Loft. Today we are going to Miyajima Island and also visit all the atomic bomb memorials. But first, coffee and Mr. Donut. What'd you get? Strawberry donut?
And hot dog donut.
And milk tea. So I got a Ichigo ring donut. I don't know what they're called, but they look like little balls. And a milk tea. And then the sugar comes in like a liquid form. Station and taking the ferry to Miyajima after that. Look at you eating my bag. Oh. We are at Miyajima Island. There's deer everywhere. Cool. We're leaving Miyajima Island now. Cute!